Hey, what is going on, motivators? Corporal Russo here. Good to be back on YouTube. Sorry if I don't have the usual intro, the happy Ruby Roast from Ruby Chibi intro for this. It's just that, how do I put this in the best words I can? For those of you who follow me on YouTube and Twitter, know that, I went on a short break from YouTube for a while. It was about a week. I just needed some time to myself. I have been recording videos. I just haven't edited any and then upload them. I haven't done that yet. So there will be videos out this week. What saddens me, it makes me upset, is that me returning to doing YouTube videos, this had to be the video. Like my next one, like with me in it. That has to come first before the other ones. But yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. But just be straightforward. The RWBY community is broken. Like, it is broken, and it's just getting worse. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, over on Twitter, for those of you that follow my Twitter, I'm not going to release anybody's Twitter names or anything like that up here. I don't want anybody getting attacked, whether it be verbally or harassed. I don't want that. So I'm not going to give them that type of attention. But basically, what happened was, for those of you who don't know, there is a RWBY volume, or RWBY novel actually. Sorry. Coming out that centers around Teen Coffee called After the Fall. And what happened is that somebody had leaked a page, like one page, and wanted to address one sentence of that page. And the sentence, in my opinion, really is up for interpretation because it's not very direct. It touches on something, but it's ambiguous in the sense that it doesn't directly say something. So for those of you who are wondering, and I hope I'm not ruining this page for you, but it's basically narrating to Velvet's perspective of when she came to Beacon and how they would have to be on teams and how she knew that she wanted to be on teams with Coco. She even talks about how Coco is an amazing character, she's an amazing fighter, she has style, and one phrase read that I might be paraphrasing here, but will work with me here, is that, and I don't have it in front of me because the tweet that I was responding to with this has since been unavailable because the person blocked me, which I think is immature and inappropriate because that doesn't really help out the argument. But anyway, it said something like Coco was known for breaking records, like school records, and there's a quote in there that says, and breaking girls' hearts. So basically they leaked this, and a lot of people took it as, oh, Coco's gay. Now, before anybody wants to hop on that train, one, I have no issues with gay people at all. Okay, I want to make that very clear, okay? You see this? Okay, I served in the Marine Corps, and guess how many people came out or were already out as gay? A lot. I had a junior Marine under me who was gay. A lot of people were openly gay about it. I didn't really care. I stood proudly next to them. I didn't make fun of them or look at them differently. That was just them. Like, it didn't really matter to me. Okay? However, one thing I wanted to point it out, and this is just my opinion, and if Coco was gay, then she's gay. Okay, but that quote, she was known for breaking girls' hearts, can be taken in a multitude of ways, not just one way. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people were looking at it. No one seemed to be open-minded or want to look at it from different perspectives, because the whole page was just basically Velvet's admiration for Coco and her accomplishments. As a huntress. That's pretty much what it was. And I was just simply pointing out that the term breaking girls' hearts doesn't necessarily mean that she's gay. Okay, because you can break a heart a number of ways. Okay, the most common way, dating somebody then dumping them. You can deny them completely because you don't feel the same way they do about you. Okay, or some people's hearts get broken because they didn't notice you, or your failure to notice, or sorry, their hearts are broken because you failed to notice them. That's a thing. That's a real thing. People feel heartbroken over that. So there's different ways to break a heart. And the book, this one page, doesn't really detail how Coco goes about doing that. So I just throw in my 2 cents, just give out my opinion. Hopefully, hoping someone would be civil about this. But to my demise, no one wanted to be civil about this. All of a sudden is, you're fucking stupid, or you're fucking homophobic piece of shit. It's just like, how am I a homophobic piece of shit? I never said I was against it. Okay, if Rooster Teeth wants to make any character come out as LGBT, I really don't care. Okay, but at least do it in a way that makes sense and feels real. Otherwise, it's just gonna seem like you're pandering to a demographic, within the fandom. Okay, and a lot of people do feel like Rooster Teeth does this. Okay, you can look at it that way. You look at it as like them just looking at representation. But the big thing for me is that I wasn't trying to offend anybody. I wasn't trying to, I wasn't even trying to deny it completely. I was just like, for me, this one page from a book, and I don't even know how long this book is. It could be a little over 100 pages. It could be, a little over 200 pages. Okay, but I don't believe that this one page and this one segment of it is enough to convince me, at least me, that she is gay. Okay? And personally, I don't think that everybody should be looking at this as, oh, well, it says she broke their hearts, that makes her gay. Not necessarily. Okay, again, like I said, there's more ways to break a heart than people want to say, oh, well, why did he mention, just girls' hearts? Well, maybe because those are the hearts that get broken. Maybe she's turning them down because she doesn't swing that way. Maybe she just doesn't feel, the same way they feel about her, maybe she just doesn't look at him like that. I mean, is that not really in the realm of possibilities? And I get it, people saying it's coincidental, and apparently somebody had reviewed the book already and had pointed out that, somebody in Team Coffee was revealed to be gay, and there's another person who was revealed to be blind, which is most likely Fox, because, come on, his eyes, like, think about it. But at the same time, it's up for interpretation, that one phrase. That's all I was trying to get at. Okay, you can easily say anything about this. I don't feel like anybody, whether it be me or someone else, be disrespected or berated just because we have a difference of opinion. Okay, I gave my opinion. I gave detailed facts about why I thought it may not be going that way. And if it does, then it does. I just hope it progresses in the right way. But more importantly is just that, like in the community itself, it's like no one wants to have a civil discussion. It's either, you think how we think or fuck off. And I'm like, that's not how things work. And someone had the audacity to tell me that, I can't say these things. Like, I can't have an opinion because it may hurt someone's feelings. Well, I'm sorry if the way if my perspective you feel threatens your, subjective thought about things. Nothing much I can do there. We're all entitled to our opinion, but I'm not going to attack somebody because it's just wrong. You don't just go after someone like that just because they don't agree with you. Okay? And then people want to say like bullshit things like, oh, you're homophobic as fuck. No, I'm not. Okay, nowhere in this whole thread of Twitter did I ever say that I was against LGBT, I was against LGBT characters, if I was against, the idea of a character coming out as LGBT, it just blows my mind that people don't know how to have a civil discourse. It's real simple, okay? You sit down, you make some points, you back them up with facts, you have cross-examinations, and if you want to end it, especially if you're face-to-face with someone, just end it with, okay, well, I see your point. And dude, try to actually see their point. I didn't just immediately blow up on someone. Every time someone came back with a counterpoint, I read it. I read it carefully, and I reread it just to understand, just make sure I understand where they're coming from. And it's just I don't think they were doing the same thing with me. Did anybody, I said it could happen either way. It's just that this quote just seems more like Velvet's admiration for Coco's achievements. Okay, that doesn't mean that I'm against the possibility of Coco being an LGBT character or whatever they do with her. Okay, and then people want to tell me oh, well, why do you need to read the whole book? Why can't you just look at it like this? And I told them, because I'm a type of person who doesn't base any type of confirmation off of one thing. This book, I don't know how big it is, but if somewhere in that book, down the road, further into the book, if there's a reveal, an official no shit, you can't argue this reveal, then we're just gonna have to wait for the book to come out. However, I do feel like the person who leaked out this page is wrong for leaking out this one very specific page, because now all this is doing is just people are nitpicking. Because this quote can be taken out of context, unfortunately. So again, if the book down the road says that Coco or whoever it is in Team Coffee that is gay, and you can't refute that, because it would then be a fact that this person is gay, because facts are irrefutable, then that's just the end of it. All I'm saying is that if anybody goes down this route, just do it the right way. Make it feel real and understandable. There's all of a sudden, oh yeah, they're gay. Don't worry about how it led up to this point. Just that we're just gonna make them gay. Fuck off. But another thing for this fandom is that as fans of the show, we can't demand stuff. I've never demanded anything of Rooster Teeth. I never demanded them to bring Pyrrha back. I never demanded them to make these two people a couple. I never demanded, a zombie shark grim, which unfortunately is, somebody suggested that, which personally I think that might look cool as shit, but we can't demand stuff like that. We're not creators of the show. Yeah, we support the show. It's the fans that, practically pay their bills, especially people who buy the merchandise and for first memberships and, whatever memberships go up after that, But that doesn't mean we are entitled to try to enforce what we think the show should be. Okay, yes, Monty is gone. And I'm not going to try to pull a Monty card saying, oh, well, Monty didn't want the show like this. I'm not going to pull that. I won't. Because I didn't know him personally. It sucks that I didn't get to meet him like a lot of us did. We didn't get to meet the man. We didn't get to ask him these questions. For all we know, maybe the show would have turned out the same way with him being around. Maybe it would have turned out different. Before he passed away. Here's a question for you. But I will say this. As far as Monty goes, does anybody know, maybe somebody in fandom knows this, how far did Monty get down the road with the RWBY series? Because I know that when Volume 5 came out, word was that we're supposed to expect 9 or 10 more volumes. My opinion, within, let's say there's going to be 15 volumes. How far did Monty get as far as completing the whole story? Did he get up to, before he passed away, did he get to Volume 7? Did he get to Volume 9? If so, that should be addressed. And I think that Rooster Teeth should address that and just be honest with us. Because if he wrote this, if the whole series has been written out from Monty and they're doing their best to, carry on his legacy, then okay, I'll respect that. But at the same time, I just hope that we as the fans can still have different opinions without going at each other's throats. I never want to fight with anybody. I want to be able to have a conversation about stuff like this. I don't want people to look at me thinking that I'm homophobic because I'm just not convinced from this one thing. Okay, you guys might get convinced. Okay, you're convinced by it. But at least respect, my perspective of why I'm not convinced yet. Okay? For me, it has to be more than just this one particular page. Which again, I don't like the idea that this person, leaked this one page that is very specific, because now it feels like they're just trying to exploit this agenda. Okay, I mean, like, then again, like I said before, many times, like, I'm for anything Rooster Teeth goes for, so long as it's done the right way. If Bumblebee officially becomes canon, because I'm still not convinced as far as Bumblebee goes. I'm not convinced that it is 100% a romantic relationship between Blake and Yang. It's leading up to that point. I think it's progressing that way, yes. But at the same time, I can simply make an argument that, like, I'll argue for Bumblebee and I'll argue for Black Sun respectively. Like, I'll say, like, how these ships can be possible in their own, in their own respect. As far as Yang and Blake's relationship goes, Adam was the center of their mental torment, and it took both of them killing him rather than just one of them to end that, because they were both tormented by him, and so they both had to end that together. And when that happened, they both had a big, weight off their shoulders. And when you get rid of a problem like that together, yeah, that's going to bring you closer. I don't believe it's romantically closer. And yes, they did hold hands. And I can make an argument that, I had a Marine who had a mental breakdown because, he had been, deployed, like, within his 8 years, had been deployed, to two, I forget how many combat tours he's done, but it affected him. His wife had just, left him. She had cheated on him, and, it got to him. And I had to and, he just went ballistic, and I'm not going to say who he is. Okay, I'm not going to throw them out there, but just to get an idea, I had to hug this motherfucker as tight as I could. He fell to his knees, and we're just it's just bros hugging it out. And and yes, I did this move right here where what Blake and Yang did. I did something very similar. Held my head to his end. Just had to tell him, hey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, because I didn't want them doing something that was gonna fuck up their career. So yes, people can get that close without being in a serious relationship. It's possible. It exists. Okay, and again, I'm not trying to deny that these romantic relationships will never happen. In my opinion, it's possible. But again, Rooster Teeth has to progress this in the right way. Okay, otherwise it's just not going to feel real. Okay, and that's the beauty of anime, is that they can make something fictional feel so real by putting real world elements into it. That's why anime is so unique. But if they can't execute this correctly, then it will feel like maybe they're just pandering to an audience again. Which, if they want to pander, then that's out of our control. Will I drop the show? No, I'm here till the end. I may not enjoy moments like that, but at the same time, there's really nothing I can do about it. They're the ones in charge. I can't say or do anything to change their mind. If they want to, do whatever they want to do to show, that's them. But I know I've been rambling on, but most importantly, guys, I just want people to respect each other's opinions. Okay, don't be afraid to chime in. Throw your thoughts out there. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. You want to fucking disagree with me? Go ahead. I won't block you. Leave a comment. I hope that we can be civil about it. If we meet up at RTX, if I see anybody at RTX who would like to come up to me and talk about subjects like this, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's stand. Let's sit. Let's have some of RTX's finest pizza, which gotta admit that pizza last year was pretty damn good. And we can talk about it. But I just don't want people like screaming at the top of their lungs. You're a racist. You're homophobic. No, that doesn't help anybody. Okay, and just bring solid points. Let's both have cross-examinations. Let's look at each other's viewpoints. Look at the things that we can agree on. And yes, let's even disagree. And let us know why we disagreed. And because that's the beauty of being part of a real community, is the ability to disagree respectfully without going at each other's throats. That's possible to do. Okay? But anyway, I'm just gonna end it on that, guys. Like, I just don't want anybody disrespecting me or anybody else just for having a difference of opinion. Okay, and if I put my opinion out there, please make sure you're reading what I'm typing or understand what I'm trying to convey here. who knows? Maybe some of you guys might see me as, you know, oh, he's not making any sense at all. Fine. Okay, you know, maybe I'm not. Okay, I hope I am, because I've been recording this damn video for like 20 minutes now. But you know, I don't ever feel like I'm being homophobic just by saying I don't agree with this one particular viewpoint. Okay? I'm just one of the many people that needs more to be convinced. That's it. That's all I'm trying to say. Convince me, but convince me with more than just one ambiguous, you know, reading from one page of a book that's going to have hundreds of pages, probably. I don't know. I mean, there's more detail in the book. I would like to know how many pages there are and, you know, what they entail. But again, we're just going to have to wait for the book to come out. And, you know, again, like, ultimately, like, here's another thing I had an issue with, and I know, and I don't want to ramble on any longer. This thing about character sexuality, I understand why they do it. Okay, representation is a big thing for people, but at the same time, if you're asking for representation rather than just letting the character, you know, progress or even be how can I put this? Like take Ilya. Okay, I'm pretty sure Ilya was always meant to be, you know, a gay character. You know, I think she was always meant to be gay, but then the LGBT community had representation right there. But as fans, we shouldn't be demanding it. Like, someone demanded Winter Schnee to be a lesbian. Didn't say why, didn't say how it could improve the character, make the character better, make the show better, what it can do for anything in RWBY. Just make her a lesbian. Okay. But what does that do for Winter versus what you feel like it's going to do for you personally? Because the problem with people asking and demanding for representation is that, in my opinion, it is kind of selfish. Okay, that you feel like just because you watch the show, you have every right to be like, maybe demanding is too much of a word, but it's like the only word I think that I can think of that can get this point across is that we can't do that. Okay. In all actuality, you know, sexuality in anime, unless you know, referred to otherwise, isn't really that important. Okay, if you look at the synopsis of RWBY, where does it say that in any part that the character's sexuality is going to be part of the show? Like as a main topic? Nowhere. There are, however, shows, even in anime, where the overview and synopsis, you know, actually state that, you know, that characters do deal with that. Like, look at 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why is about suicide. So they're going to talk about suicide because that's the point of it. Okay, there are shows out there that do address, you know, characters who are dealing with, you know, sexuality, about being gay or lesbian. And, you know, if that's what the show's about, if that's what the synopsis is about, then they're going to talk about it. And that's going to be one of the main focuses. Nowhere in RWBY does it say that their sexuality is a main thing. It's more of a side thing just to show it exists because it's a reflection of reality. Okay, and I think people are taking ships way too far. Okay, when I first found out what the RWBY ships were, I thought they were fun. You know, they were funny, the names were interesting, you know, they were clever. And I don't know who started it, but, you know, like, I don't know why everybody wanted to take certain ships and just, like, take them so fucking serious. Like, they were supposed to be fun. Okay, that's it. They were just supposed to be fun. Okay, and right now this community that's supposed to be more than just a community, it's supposed to be family. This family is becoming more and more broken because nobody ever wants to seem like they actually want to sit down and take the time to talk and address stuff, like, in a civil way. You know, because yelling and screaming and calling people homophobic and stuff, it doesn't work. Okay, disrespecting them, you know, the name calling just because you're upset that other people have a different viewpoint, it doesn't work that way. And I'm sorry for talking this long, but, you know, this is just a rant video. I'm going to be making a different one that's a little more detailed, a little more calm, and talking about this subject matter in RWBY. But again, guys, you know, I'm sorry about this. You know, I really did want to stay away from it, but I just couldn't be quiet about this anymore. And again, I don't want to be disrespected, and I won't disrespect someone else. Okay, you can disrespect me as much as you want, and I won't disrespect you back. But again, you know, everybody has their limit. Okay, I don't want to play dirty. I don't want to be an asshole, but you know, a Marine could be your best friend or your worst enemy, and that's not a threat to anybody out there. It's just that, you know, just be respectful about it. Okay, plain and simple. That's it, guys. But yeah, you know, I'm back to YouTube. Hopefully, hopefully you guys stayed with me this long throughout the video, and this video wasn't really meant to kill anybody's boredom. You know, I just wanted to get this off my chest. You know, I can put this in the RWBY community on Twitter, but you know, I feel like making a video, I was able to express this a little better. You know, maybe I didn't. Maybe some of you may feel like I may not have touched on some topics a little more, but my big thing is within the fandom itself. You know, just don't be assholes to each other. Just listen to what they have to say, whether or not you agree with it. Like, really listen. Have a discourse. You know, don't just immediately tell them to fuck off because you don't agree with it. Let them know calmly why you don't agree with it. That just shows you know, you're a big. It'll show that you're a bigger person too, by calmly doing that. But anyway, I'm gonna stop now. I'm just gonna end this video because, you know, I've talked long enough. I'm getting this cotton mouth feel in my mouth. But thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me with the channel in my absence. We've grown about 300 subscribers in less than a month, which is, you know, blowing my mind. So I thank you guys for that. And again, just as always, if you guys want to see me react to anything or do any other videos, let me know in the comments down below. And most importantly, above that, let me know what you guys think about this. You know, like, I really want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? But again, if you completely disagree with me, let me know why. We can be civil about it. And again, we can cross-examination. Our statements. I just don't want us going at each other's throats. Okay, it's a possible thing. Okay. And again, just for the record, you know, I'm not against, you know, LGBT in any way, sense, or form, whether it be real life, whether it be characters in RWBY. You know, I'm all for it. Okay, but if you're gonna progress characters into LGBT, then it has to be done the right way. That's all I'm saying. So thanks again, and you guys have a good day. All right, later.